Yeah, there you go. Let me see. See if it's it's recording. Yeah, it's all sorted.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start with your biography, so then I ask you some questions. Uh, Ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen, for today interview, we have Doriane Greens, of my guests for this show. She's one of the great work network for Mark Passio website. Okay, her name is Doriane Greens Saracen. She's an independent dancer, artist, research, and natural healing advocate from the south of France, currently based in Asia. Okay. Upon seeing the importance of spreading the message of natural law, truth, and freedom, Dorian started to incorporate through dance, art, and handmade creations and video content. Dorian creates monthly videos such as the uh, Momento Vivre episodes, which can be found on the Connection to Truth channel in English and Connection à la Vérité channel in French, as well as dance video on her channel, Doriane Greens, to invite people to self-reflect and start doing the great work themselves. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
Doriane is here. It's a great honor to meet you. So so the first question, what made you do all this stuff? Because I see you're a very creative person, because it's not easy to do the great work in a very creative way that you do with dance, video. So what made you start? What
Yeah.
woke you up?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me today. It's my honor too, Axel. And to answer your question, um, I was doing my dance videos. I started with a project where I wanted to share a video per week for a year in 2019.
Just talk. I'm glad to get
And
something. Glad to get something. Yeah,
okay,
go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
okay. And so while I was doing my videos and at the same time having, let's say, more understanding of what is happening at the moment in the world, I felt like I had to, that's what I wanted to express in my art as well. So I don't see dance as something to generate income or be famous, or for me it's really an art, and it's really the movement itself, and this movement can help to express what you have in your mind, in your emotions, how you want to put it into a form of action. And I couldn't just film videos without any message inside. So I wanted to add this message into my dance videos as well,
Great.
and
Great.
into all forms of arts. Yeah. And later, eventually I started to use my voice as well, and not just my body, and expressing myself through movements. So what you read in the biography, the Memento Vivre episodes and Connection to Truth channel, is to really share this knowledge in a different way through talking, so using my voice, and on my dance channel is using movement.
Movement, great.
And
That's
art.
very
Yeah.
creative. I respect that. Very creative, because not many people. Sorry, I'm just getting the charger.
It's
Not
okay.
sorry, I apologize. Not many people are that creative. I respect that a lot. Quite frankly, I'm not really a super creative guy. I'm more logical. I know how to do video presentation when talking over slide presentation. This is my way to do the great work. but you is very effective as well, because I saw your Instagram channel. Great stuff. You seem very knowledgeable. You put a lot of dancing and creative. Um, you have a combination of the two brain hemispheres, which is very rare to have that. You're very creative with the right brain. You know how to dance, music, many of the things, and you're also very logical in your thoughts, and you understand all this concept, which is
Thank you.
great stuff. Very, very
Thank you.
few
I
people can do.
also admire people who do presentation, and that's something I also have to put my energy to improve on that side and learn and try to speak more. Yeah. So that's why I started to really do this content, this episode, the Memento Viver episodes, to really speak up.
That's great. I see you are. I see one of the video talks about you're very against the illusion of authority, which I agree, because I consider myself an anarchist. I don't support government. Okay, don't
Mm-hmm.
support any form of government, because is slave, not only slavery, authority, the concept of authority investing in human being is an illusion, quite frank. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? There's no such a
Yeah,
thing. We are sovereign beings, okay? We are free sovereign being into creation. The creator of the universe, the true God of creation, gave us inborn inherent rights that no one can take away. So the
that's right.
concept authority is an illusion, because it's like saying give our rights to someone else telling us what to do, which is it cannot exist into creation. There's no
Yeah,
such a thing. And if you
exactly.
can, yeah, if you can talk about a little bit of that, because it's very interesting.
Yeah, so the video you saw is when I shared an extract from the book The End of All Evil by
Yeah,
Jeremy Locke about
Jeremy Locke, yeah,
authority. Yeah, and like you said, nobody have this birthright to have authority over another being. And
that's one
we,
moment. Go ahead, speak.
yes,
Sorry.
no, we're born with equal rights, and therefore nobody can claim that they have such a right to command others or own others and to have authority over anyone except themselves.
I agree.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
that's what people need to understand, is that the only person you command is yourself, and you have no right, and nobody can have this right. Nobody can make this right for someone else. And like you said, that God, the creator of the universe, will never make this right for some people and to command others, to have authority over others, and leave other people slaves, you know?
absolutely. Fully agree, because it's like we have to have self-control ourselves, internal government, internal monarchy. You have
Yeah.
to rule yourself. And external anarchy means no one is on control of your life, your own body, because you're a sovereign being. You don't need anybody else to tell you what to do every day. It's like me telling you, oh, you have to do this. Say no,
Yeah,
it's your body. You do whatever you want. You know
exactly.
what I'm
And
saying?
that's what
It's,
we witness. Sorry.
go ahead.
That's what we witness this last year, as you talk about. It's your body. Exactly. Nobody can have authority over your body, your mind, nothing.
That's like, yeah,
Yeah.
because and because people, they wanna, I don't know, they don't have true self-respect. They want people to tell them what to do every day and how to live their lives. When the point of fact is you are your own ruler. You don't have to
Yes.
have. This is what people need to understand. That's what one of the reasons why we are enslaved. People, they don't have self-respect. They want everybody. They're seeking external power. They want externalize power. They want people to tell them what to do and what to kiss, and basically be slaves. And they love it. They made it in a certain way
Mhm.
that the people are gonna love their slavery. You know what I'm saying? Without knowing that they're enslaved, which is very sad. And
Yes, it is sad. Yeah,
very sad, yeah. And
it is. Yeah, sorry.
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah. It's sad, and it's not only sad for themselves alone, not knowing they are slaves, and at some point, like you said, they enjoy it, but it's sad for everyone else as well, since our actions have consequences in the aggregate, in this like, it's not only consequences, these people who enjoy slavery, that they're not going to suffer from these consequences alone.
Exactly.
So we also suffer from this, everyone, and that's why it's really sad.
I agree. Because basically what is people don't understand that by doing this, prolonging the system of slavery, there's not gonna nothing good's gonna come out of this. It's gonna keep getting worse because you basically telling the creator of the universe that that's what you want. So it's gonna give you
Yeah.
this. You know what I'm saying? And that's reflect much with natural law. The basically whenever we do immoral behavior in the aggregate, immoral manifestation, bad manifestation, slavery, suffering, pain, extinction, and death is gonna manifest in the world. You know what I say? If we don't align our behaviors to the law of creation, you know, and people would think, oh no, this is a new age movement. No, that's true. That's very
Yeah.
true. It's right now it happens in the aggregate, and you see it
Yes.
outside with people. And talk about a little bit this. If what do
Yeah,
you think about this?
it's like, it's the thing you don't see. So you will see the results of not following on yeah, not following the science of gravity, I would say. You will see things falling, people falling from a cliff, in a hole somewhere, if they don't believe in gravity. But natural law people tend to, um, I mean, not everyone, of course, but
Yeah,
people who don't study it, actually, who don't study anything, who just look at the surface, will tell you that, oh, like, this is a new age, or it's a religion, or, and you don't see the results like you see the results with the law of gravity, but it's a law of the universe, like the law of gravity, that
exactly,
happens, that was happening before you were here, that will happen. It's not made by human
exactly,
beings. It's really, people need to understand it like they understand the law of gravity, and stop refusing it like they won't refuse the law of gravity, because
exactly.
the actions we are putting in this um, reality are having consequences. And like you said, it will be order or chaos. And we are paying the consequences in the aggregate all together right now.
Yeah,
So we need to stop just to refuse natural law just because we're not comfortable with the word, or we never heard about it, or we think that it's some uh, whatever cult, whatever people think, they need to study it, or just start to read about it. I'm not telling
exactly,
you to know everything and teach it and be an expert. Just start to read at least a sentence or something, or watch one video. Sometimes I want to share videos to people with people, and they're like, "Oh, this is too long." Yeah, but you don't want to understand. Um, I mean, you want freedom, but you don't want to understand by just watching one video in your lifetime, something that
exactly,
would give you the key to get out of slavery. Then
exactly,
don't tell me you want freedom. Don't tell me you whatever you say that you care about people. You don't even care about yourself by ignoring the science of natural law.
I agree.
Because if you were ignoring gravity like this, and you will see me walking, and there will be a cliff, and you will not tell me anything, what kind of person you are? You know the law of gravity, or even if you don't know the science, you know that things fall when you drop them, or people fall if there's a hole or something, an empty space. And if you don't tell people that at least this will be the result, what kind of person are you? And then if you just ignore it, also, what kind of person are you? Because, you know, you have people now sharing this knowledge. So I'm not saying that, of course, before I didn't know this knowledge as well. I had to hear it from someone. But you have to be willing to hear about it first instead of refusing it. You know, just make a step through the door. Even if you don't want to agree with anything, it's fine, actually. You shouldn't agree. But go inside, open the door, step in, and do some research or some readings, watch some videos with an open mind. Yeah. That's what I
Absolutely.
really hope people could do, just with an open mind, give it a chance, because it's so important today.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with what you said. People, that's the problem with a lot of people in the freedom movement. They think they know, they've only focused too much on the political and economical aspect of the conspiracy. When you point to fact, it goes beyond this. They don't go to the causal factor. Everyone wants to talk about the symptoms of the problem, of the disease. They want to talk about the effect. You need to talk about the cause, the causality, why is happening. Nobody ever questioned the never nobody ever think about the question, why is happening this? What's the reason why all these negative, evil deeds are happening throughout the world? Why humanity is behaving the way it is now? Why are we currently enslaved, and we moving rapidly to an overt slavery system where they're gonna tell you we are your masters, we are your gods, we're gonna rule you, and if you don't comply with, we're gonna stop you. Period. That's what's happening now. But why is
Yeah.
happening? What's the reason why? The reason why, because we are accepting and condoning and doing immoral behaviors that we have no right to do.
Yeah.
Period. We are bound to the authority, and people want to talk about this greater awakening when, in point of fact, there is no greater awakening happening. Okay, because if there was a real great awakening, many people would start to understand this, and they would quit the cult, okay, everywhere. But it's not happening. Okay, there are a lot of people try to blow smoke out people's asses. You know what I'm saying? When in point of fact, we are nowhere near of people getting this knowledge understood,
Yeah.
and it's very sad. It's a shame. And I wanted to also ask you, what do you think about the freedom movement being half knowers? They don't go all the way down. What do you think about that? What,
Well,
why is that?
eventually, I would say, first of all, there's a lack of courage,
Yeah.
um, and also self-responsibility, and the fear also of being out there and exposing yourself, taking risk, and this is linked to courage. And also, like you were mentioning, politics or other, I would say, psyops,
Yeah.
people in the end are waiting for someone to save them.
I
They
agree.
still don't look deeply into themselves, thinking that they are the solution first. So we are also in this situation, also in the freedom movement, where people, um, well, disagree, but it's not really about agreeing together about the situation. Is about doing what is right and understanding really the difference between right and wrong actions. And
Yeah,
when we all understand this, we will be on the same page in the freedom movement, in the humanity movement.
exactly.
So it's to have courage to first look at yourself and your faults, find your distortions
Exactly.
first, understand right action and wrong action, because
Yeah.
eventually you will do this, whether you will make action in this reality, whether they're wrong or right, but you have to understand what you're doing when you're taking these actions, and understand natural law as well.
Yeah.
Because even in the freedom movement, some people don't want to dive into it,
Eh,
thinking it's sounds like some religious cults, or again, it's science. It
Science.
has
Yeah.
nothing to do with religious, new age, all these kind of things.
That's right. Yeah, a lot of people are more relativist, you know,
Mm.
like you said, they're more relativist. I see them every day on the page. That's why I don't even use Instagram much for, because I used to have an account where I used to post a lot of stuff content. And I see the consciousness of people, the mindset of people in the social media. They're very
Mm.
ignorant. They don't know nothing about your cult. They don't know how the power structure really works. They don't know any occult philosophy. They think they know, but they don't know. Okay, they write a
Mm.
lot of garbage on Instagram. I probably you see it a lot, and it's very
Yeah.
frustrating. They think themselves as awakened, which is sad. When point of fact, most of them they support government. They still believe that someone we have to vote out of slavery to end human slavery. We have to vote somebody that's gonna do the beating. That's gonna do what the people demands and ask from them. When in point of fact, the very problem, the very solution to end this is to end human slavery called government first. This is the first step uh, to awaken yourself. You reject the authority of human beings, external authority. That's the first step, which is most people in the freedom movement, they consider themselves awakened. They don't follow in this category. Most of them are statists. They still support government. They still believe that politics is real. They still believe that the monetary system, changing the monetary system in a better way is the solution. When we fight the fact, those are the religions that are holding us back from forward progress. We need to understand the difference between right and wrong behavior first. Okay, we have to agree objectively what's a right and wrong. Once you understand this, then you can achieve freedom, and you have to put that into practice. You need to explain people all this knowledge, and you have to get them to understand all this. That's why we don't see any changes out.
Mm.
We still rapidly progressing in overt slavery. And
Mm.
what do you think about moral relativism, the biggest destroyer of freedom?
Well, you mentioned the authority.
Yeah.
People eventually they cannot make right and sorry, not make understand right and wrong actions and natural law when they believe that authority is legitimate and we should have authority over other people, other beings. So when you do this, you're already not aligning yourself with natural law. And to fix
Okay.
this, because you were saying it's the first step to not participate in authority or to not stop believing in authority. When you understand natural law, eventually you don't align yourself with this belief of authority. And natural law really has like logical answers, with understanding the objective difference between right and wrong, behaviors, actions, then it makes everything else very simple. Because the only thing you can ask yourself is this right or wrong? Is this situation going to harm another being or not? Is it right or wrong? And you have your answers very clear. Is authority right or wrong? Does it hurt someone when you have authority over their life or their body or their mind? It hurts them, therefore it's wrong. So by understanding this, like, it makes things very easy, and I would say also easy to cut, you know? Like, you don't want to participate in what is wrong, ask yourself the question, and you will see very clearly. So authority, if this is based on wrong actions, you will have a wrong result.
Exactly.
Then just don't participate in it. So then you look at your politics, or what are these people doing? Are they really here because they care about us? All these politicians, or their followers, whether they are in, let's say, military jobs, police, or even a doctor is following orders, or a nurse. Do you really care about people?
Exactly.
When you take actions because you're following your order, actions that will hurt others. So when you think that authority is legitimate and that those people care about others, you also have to ask and look at yourself, what has been put into your mind for you to think that this is right, you know? And then you can also discover, like you were talking about the brain hemispheres, so you can discover the imbalance we have that make us think that wrong behaviors are right, you know? It's all about our distortions in the end. What gave us our distortions?
I
And it
agree.
goes back to ourselves in the end.
I agree. Because, yeah, people, they need to have self, they have to discover their sovereignty, you know? They need to stop giving power to these liars, psychopath, and Satanists, you know, basically. And understanding the solution is not voting a politician, is not changing the monetary system. It's not just people. A lot of people in the freedom movement want to excuse the ignorance of the people. When in point of fact, the only way out of this is to teach these teachings of natural law and changing people's mindset. When that happens, the system will crumble immediately because people will understand, wow, we're not slaves. There are
Yeah.
laws, there are laws that we have to align our behaviors to. You know, we can't do just whatever we want. You know, we have to stop. We have to stop. We have to stop immoral behaviors and condoning immoral behaviors because otherwise we're gonna still be enslaved, and it's crazy. Yeah,
Yes.
we have 10 minutes because I'm not on in 2 Pro.
Ah, okay. Okay, so
Unfortunately, so
yeah,
sorry. Next up, I'm gonna bring. I'm gonna upgrade it to Pro. Sorry.
no problem. Yeah, so also about moral relativism, you know, people need to understand, and this is for them to discover and to read and to listen to content about it. Is, of course, not to just believe what we're saying now, but right and wrong, those are objective. Morality is objective. That's why we need to understand, to also be on the same page and create
Sorry.
good results from our right action. This is not for us to decide what is right or wrong, and this is what you learn when you study natural law.
Absolutely.
And becomes very simple. You don't steal other people's property, life, rights. And again, it's not condoning, not participating and believing in authority. Yeah.
I agree. 100% true. The last two questions, since we have 8 minutes.
Okay.
What do you think, since you live in Asia, what is the mindset of people? What country exactly do you live in Asia? Is
I'm
that
in
Japan?
Taiwan.
Taiwan? Oh, great.
Yes. I'm in Taiwan, and
What's the mindset in Taiwan?
so here I would say it's the same but different. What I mean about the same is that the rules are the same. Like if you look at this last 2 years, 3 years, the rules, the process, like what is asked for people to do, has been the same.
Yeah.
And different in a way that it's far gone in the mentality where people really enjoy the system, love their slavery, agree with what is going on, believe their government, like no question. And I will say 95% of the people are obedient.
Yeah, very sadly.
Even if I heard 99%, I think I wouldn't be surprised. But I could be wrong. About 95, of course, is not an exact number, but I wouldn't say less than 90%. So if you want to look at where it's going, you can look at Taiwan, you can look at Japan, and look at South Korea.
I agree.
As well. People are encouraging the rules, encouraging this, what is asked.
Encouraging, yeah.
Yes. So it's really, that will need another video if you want to.
Yeah,
it's a lot. There's a lot to say about it.
No problem. Yeah, next time I'm gonna work on it. Next time we will let me know whenever you want to do another interview, and I'll do it so you can explain.
Sounds good.
What happens in Taiwan, because in Asia, people in Asia are very compliant, especially in China and North Korea. Oh my God, communist countries, totalitarian countries,
but
especially in China.
Countries where they promote democracy are also very far ahead. That's why I'm giving this example where people here, Taiwan wants to be known for human rights, freedom of speech, and democracy. But in this situation, people don't realize what has been implemented with all the rules all around this situation that we've experienced this last years. Until now, you have outdoors mask mandates for children after 2 years old. You will walk outside and see children masked everywhere. I mean, there's so much to say. This is just to sum up, really. Yes.
Very unbelievable.
It's a beautiful country. It's really amazing. But if you want to really talk about human rights and freedom, don't disguise it behind the democracy. You know what I mean? That's what is happening.
Yeah. It's the same thing here in the UK, because I'm in Liverpool, I'm in England. Same thing. They're usurping people's rights, and people have no idea what's coming. They're very ignorant, the population here. I see it. You ask about yesterday, I just came from Portugal yesterday. You could see on the airplane on my way to Manchester airport, I could see jet stream airplane with chemtrails, spraying chemtrails every time. I was like shocked. People don't even know this.
And that's the thing.
They're poisoning the air, the atmosphere. They're turning our atmospheres into theirs. It's crazy. It's unbelievable. And yet people 2022, they don't understand any of this. They're just focusing in nonsense, psyops. I see a lot of people buying to psyops. They don't want to hear the things that matter, the causal factors, and why is happening all of this.
And the solution is really to understand natural law. That's why all of this is sad. But when you understand natural law, this is really freedom and
exactly.
That's the key, the solution. If people really want a solution and have happy lives, just learn about it and apply it to change this current situation of slavery.
I agree, because we need to go to the, once people understand the objective difference between right or wrong behavior and they stop condoning immoral behaviors, you see a great change. Yeah, we have to teach it to the young, to
Yeah.
since they are born. We have to teach that. You need to hammer it down to the mind. And then you see people want to say, oh, white people are behaving immoral behavior. They're doing what they're doing immorally, doing wrong behaviors every day. They're killing people. They're doing all of this stuff because they haven't been morally educated from their parents. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why all this evil is happening, period. If you have been given a great education, more education, most
Mm-hmm.
people wouldn't behave like this. We say, "Oh, that's a wrong behavior," and deep down, most people who are doing immoral behaviors, they know that they know it's wrong, but they're doing it anyway because they have to pay the bills. They have
Mm-hmm.
to. They're scared of economic repercussions. Repercussions, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
They're scared of this. If they lose their job, what happens if I quit my job? They're scared of the consequences.
It's
They
based
don't
on
want to
fear
suffer.
in the
Yeah,
end. Yes, yeah. But this is based on fear, and when you start with fear, you will go through to chaos. So we need to get rid of this fear in order to create something good.
yeah. Thank you very much for this interview. Unfortunately, we got only 1 minute and a half, and great interview with Doriane Greens. Uh, one great work network content creator interview with me today, and great interview. I hope to have Dorian again for a next
Thank you,
interview.
Axel.
It's been a
Thank you.
pleasure to talk to you.
Same.
I'll see you next time. Okay. Thank you for
Thank you
interview.
so much.
Have a nice day. Okay. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye. Take care.
Tell rapidly tell people where they can find you real quick.
So the YouTube channel where they can find my content is Connection to Truth.
Yeah.
And in French is Connexion à la vérité. And for my
Yeah.
dance is Doriane Greens.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. All
Yeah.
right. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.